What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of our FIFA 21 career mode with the mighty Boro. And today we are back in the Championship for two more games. We've got Derby at home before, I believe, we also host Wycombe at home. And by that point, we are going to be into December. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to show you guys the players that I have currently got on my list to scout throughout that month, who we can hopefully approach in the January transfer window. So, yeah, we've got a couple of objectives to fulfill, of course, in that window. So we'll have to look into that as well. But that'll be for the end of the episode. We've got two big games coming up before that. And it's all about us getting back to form. Obviously, if you've not checked out the previous episode or any of the previous episodes, I suggest you do that first. There is a playlist on the channel for you to do so. But yeah, our impressive run came to a bit of a halt in the last episode with a tough defeat at Cardiff. So we want to ensure that that was just a blip and it doesn't turn into a bad run. And we can get straight back on it ahead of this game against Derby, who are not too far behind us and chasing us down for a place in the playoffs. So, big game. Let's get to it. So, a bit of a shake-up heading into the Derby game, of course. It's not just because we lost the last game, but, you know, fitness is always an issue when you're playing Saturday, Tuesday. So we've changed things up a little bit. The back four is changed, not because we conceded 3 goals, but because Fry and Hall are just so unfit at this moment in time. So Spence and Coulson are still our fullbacks, but McNair and Howson have come in. And I believe last time them two were together as a centre-back pairing. I can't remember what game it was, but I remember it was probably our first clean sheet in a long time, whatever game that was. So I have complete faith in them two to come in and be a solid centre-back pairing. Morsey and Saville maintain their places in midfield, with Brown on the left, and for the first time this season, we have Tavernier on the right, yes, but Lewis Wing starts ahead of Patrick Roberts. That's right, for the first time this season, Roberts is not starting. He's on the bench. He's not fully fit, but he's also not being at his absolute best. So I thought, what's the worst that can happen? Let's give Lewis Wing a chance. He's always been pretty good when he has come in for Roberts, and he's got a chance to make a claim for that position. And Fletcher, of course, has to be our starting striker. So, yeah, bit of a shaken-up team ahead of this clash. Let's get back on track. But this will be an opportunity for a lot of the guys who are usually watching our first team and have been for quite a while now, as we've went 6 games unbeaten, and of course, naturally, you'd keep a lot of the teams the same. A lot of the guys haven't had a chance.
Well balanced this formation, Lee. Yeah, it can be a 4-2-3-1 in the offensive mode, but it can also go back to a 4-5-1 when you're defending. The lone striker will be supported by the 3 just behind him, especially the number 10 who will be given a free roll.
Martin Wycombe up front. We've got Ibe, who's going to be a tough winger on the left. Rooney's on the bench. Let's bounce back in front of our home fans. Put that Cardiff defeat behind us.
And the contest begins.
7 minutes played, 1-0.
Alan McInally keeping us right up to date.
And they're in here. Waghorn is in. Howson's played him onside. Bettinelli. That was That was a shaky one from the keeper. He almost fumbled that completely.
Johnny Howson.
As we got caught in possession, as we have done a few times recently. Luckily that time, the ball was just out of reach from the striker. But Wing with an absolutely wonderful ball. And Brown must have just been offside.
Opportunity to deliver the cross. Dangerous looking attack.
Dangerous position this, Bird.
Can they take advantage?
Comes across. Oh, and Jed Spence with a big challenge there. Although his through ball to Morsey wasn't a very good one. And it was just out of his reach. We could have been away there. And because of that, we're under pressure again. Dwayne Holmes, what a ball that is. Oh, and the cross is into Waghorn. And Derby lead. Well, The through ball didn't look like it was going to be kept in, so we committed the keeper.
Well, I'm sure you want to see this again.
What a ball that is there. He keeps it in, and it's a tap in.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we?
Would that have been a tap in if we'd have left the keeper where he was?
Well, it can be difficult being a manager at times, none more so than now.
Well, we don't want to keep this slump going.
Will there be a quick response
But
from
we
Boro?
fell behind at
Needs to
home.
be.
Derby lead.
Now Saville. Lewis wing.
McNair stepping out of defence, and he's got space to just run and run and run here, McNair. He's took the ball all the way into their penalty area. And that's got us up the pitch and got us a corner. That's a poor goal to concede. Where's that defensive solidity gone that we had?
They take it short.
Short to Tav.
Fine cross into the middle.
Defended well.
Here's the danger. Nathan Byrne.
Is Joswiak going to get there? Yes, he is.
The visitors are struggling with possession, really, but to their credit, they've been absolutely blistering on the counter-attack. They just sit back,
Here he is again.
hit you on the break, and it's really working for this team.
Olsen follows him.
And the cross is very much on.
Byrne, nice. Bird.
Oh, good use of the ball.
Playing it in and around our area. It's found its way through. Ooh, and if that ball had got through from Waghorn, we'd have been in trouble again. McNair with a crucial block. But look at this. Derby are just chucking men forward. It's a beautiful goal. And Waghorn doubles his tally. And that was just a very, very well worked goal. I don't know what we could do about that.
Well, here's the replay. Here's the
Quick play in and around our area.
Almost teed up on a plate. He swings his boots.
Nothing we could do.
Absolutely perfect. What a finish.
Two great goals from Derby and for Waghorn. And we're 2-0 down here after only half an hour. And we're in a bit of trouble.
The coach needs to try and turn this around and quickly.
I have no answers for what is going on at the moment.
So 2-0 now.
But we're 2-0 down with a lot of work to do. Holmes.
Not what he was
Good
intending.
interception
Bad
from
pass.
Spence.
Well, this could
Can
pose
Tavernier
problems
find
for
his
the
opposite
defenders.
winger?
Not to
No,
be
he
this
can't.
time. There to win it back.
Well read from Spence. Morsey. Saville.
Pass could do damage.
Fletcher. Gets one back.
He's put it away. A celebratory moment.
Boots the ball into the stands.
Well, as we see again,
Now the
here,
top
the
scorer
damage
gets us
started with
back
the
in it.
beauty of a through ball.
Good
Once
through
he gets
ball.
himself
Fletcher on the
settled with
shoulder.
keeper to beat, he hammers it into the back of
And
the
it's
net.
an absolutely
Smashing goal.
emphatic finish. That's the Fletcher we like to see. Had to get a goal back pretty quickly. And before half-time, ideally. And that's what we've done. We're back in it. But we're still trailing by 2-1.
So continuing with the action, and you can feel.
Dwayne Holmes' pass is intercepted. And here's Jed Spence.
Lewis wing.
Wing. Oh, it's opened up for him here.
Fletcher.
Here's Ashley Fletcher. Beautiful.
And he
Lovely
takes it
stuff
on.
from Fletcher.
Keeper getting
And the
both
shot.
gloves on the ball.
We try to finesse it into the corner, is saved.
Brown.
At least it's been a strong end to the half.
Now Martin Waghorn.
Half which was really getting away from us. We're in at 2.5 minutes of added on time, and the referee does blow his whistle.
Half-time in this game.
So 35 minutes of that half were abysmal.
You've certainly got to give this man high
Luckily,
marks
the
for
last
his work
10
up to this point,
were
Lee.
a bit better.
Wow, it's simply the difference between these two sides. All the eyes will be on him for this second half. Can he get the hat-trick?
So, despite being massively second best, we only come in at half-time down by 1 goal. But we still need a much better second half.
Begins. As anticipated, plenty of talking points so far. And now the second half is underway.
Well, they give the ball straight to us here.
Lewis Wing.
And Wing.
Beautifully disguised ball.
And here's Fletcher. And here's Lewis Wing.
Can't miss.
And that is it.
Magnificent
2-2.
stuff. And quite the comeback from 2 goals down.
Straight from kick-off. Derby just give us the ball.
Well, here's the goal again, and it's a
And
great
Wing
goal
and
to
Fletcher
put him
combining
through, and the pressure
brilliantly.
comes as he knew it would, but it's the strength that
Great
impresses
finish
me.
from
It's a
Wing.
great goal in the end.
Who is definitely not hurting his stake to maybe challenge Roberts for that position.
Well, the manager must be delighted with his
Well,
team
where's
after
this
he
come
showed
from?
that attitude to get back into this top stuff.
Straight off kick-off, we break and score. Catch Derby napping. And from absolutely nowhere,
We're left to reflect on 4 goals. 2-2.
we've got a full half. And we're back to square one. We're level again. 2-2.
Bird. Jožviak.
Brown wins the
Fletcher.
ball and plays it to Fletcher. And suddenly, we've got confidence.
Lewis Wing.
Here's Wing.
Giving it a try.
Having a shot.
That was going to be the goalkeeper's ball.
We haven't seen a Wing special yet. That was straight at the keeper. But they're just giving us the ball back.
Ashley Fletcher.
Fletcher and Wing combining again.
Class defending.
But the ball was cut out.
In a position from which they could potentially do a bit of damage here. Bird.
Bird and Wycombe combining well. Good ball into Dwayne Holmes. And there's a big vital block in there from Paddy McNair.
And a throw in it's going to be.
As Derby are just getting a grip again on this second half. They're just playing the ball in and around our area and finding little pockets. And this Jožviak on the right, he's proven to be a real nightmare.
Showing patience as well as persistence in
Got
the
a 2v1 on the right.
Absolutely nothing.
Morsey intercepts
They've lost
though.
possession of the ball.
Now here's Tavernier.
Perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know.
Fletcher. Is the counter-attack on for us? Fletcher's got options.
Deep delivery.
Tries to find Wing.
Clears
And
his
it was
line.
just ahead of him. Saville wins
Marcus
the ball.
Tavernier.
Tavernier with an effort.
Good idea, that particular
Closed
move,
down by
but not
Shinnie.
to be.
But there's goals in this game.
Another live game in the
Still a
championship
lot of goals in
coming
this
your
one.
way on EA TV. Let's have a look about this. Shinnie.
This is lovely stuff.
Options in the middle.
Brilliant stuff from Derby. Oh, it's a tricky ball as
The
well.
clearance that was needed.
And I think the cross was
This
blocked
corner bare
by
fruit for them.
Howson. As Wycombe was ready for his hat-trick. This game could go either way, it really could. I'm just glad we're back in it, first and foremost. But all of our hard work could be undone if Derby get another goal here. Wycombe won't be getting his hat-trick. He's gone off and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit relieved.
And now the delivery. Bird. It looks promising.
Dwayne Holmes with the shot. Oh, it's bounced off Spence. And what a save.
Danger averted.
Yeah, you
That
don't
was
want
an
to react to that,
absolute
but you have to
world-class
praise and
save
reflect it
from
there.
Bettinelli. Dived before he'd even took the shot. As Jožviak, who's been a great attacking threat, just didn't have the finishing touch.
And after the cross, a
As
tremendous
Derby are
block.
winning corner after corner. But I mean, that was an unbelievably big chance. And that was a potential point-saving save there from Bettinelli. Derby are looking for the short corner again. Bird. Saville. Holmes. And they've lost it in a very dangerous position if we can break. Saville.
Wing.
Wing with a lovely little dink over the top to Saville. Saville back to Brown. Oh, and his touch. Touch let him down at a vital moment. And now look at this. Ball over the top and Ibe's onside. Jordan Ibe. What a tackle from McNair. Absolutely huge. As this end-to-end game is really opening up now. Here we go at the other end. McNair plays in Tavernier. Cross. Corner.
Well, he got the touch on the ball, and so a corner it'll be. Both managers decided,
and the crowd can sense it. They're trying to roar us on.
Both teams going to the bench.
And Derby bring on Wayne Rooney. There's a signal of intent if there ever was one. We bring on Roberts, but as a winger, not as a centre attacking midfielder. I want to see how having him and Wing on the pitch does.
Roberts.
Here is Roberts. Oh, and him and Tav have got on each other's way.
Can they nudge in front late on here?
Hector Ingram. Here's Rooney.
And options in the centre.
They've played it in. It's an over-the-head goal. What a goal.
This is why we adore this game.
Once again, nothing we could do. I mean, what are you meant to do about this? Over the top through ball, a bicycle kick cross, and then a volley at the far post. It's a good finish, but I mean, what can we do about that? He bicycle kicked it into the box, for God's sake. All our hard work's been undone, and Derby take the lead with only 5 minutes remaining.
Inside the final 2 minutes of this contest.
2 minutes to go. Coulson. Oh, that's just not good enough. Crowd trying to roar us on, but also unhappy with that pass.
Andre Wisdom.
As Derby have just been fantastic going forward. Rooney gives the ball away. Marcy lets it run. Here's Lewis Wing. Considering we've got 3 strikers, none of them are in the box. Comes to Brits. And with a minute and a half left of added time, we've got a corner. This will be it. Gonna play it short to Roberts.
They take it short.
Oh, and it's blocked. That's poor. We're ticking towards the end. And we might be facing back-to-back 3-2 defeats. Roberts. Spence. Oh, nearly found Akpom, and it's another corner. Derby defending for their lives.
And the short option preferred. Well, he has players.
Play it to Roberts. Oh, and they were all waiting at the back post.
And there goes the final whistle.
And that is it.
As far as the home fans are concerned, Lee.
Oh, Derek, play right to the end. Just when you think the game is over, that's when you should be switching the turbo concentration button on. It happens so often. Losing like that will really hurt a lot.
Another defeat.
Over this man's work. Positive after positively.
Well, he never gave that back line a chance to get a breath. 2 goals for the lad today. Played superbly well, looked really sharp, constantly playing on the shoulder of the last defender. A real handful.
Back-to-back defeats. It was a game we were always chasing. I Thought maybe that equaliser could have got us back into it. But, yeah, we come away with nothing. Derby take all 3 points and beat us. We've conceded 3 again. It finishes 3-2.
Thanks very much for speaking to us.
And our poor defence has snuck back in to our game after 3 clean sheets on the bounce. And that defeat might just cut us adrift from the playoffs a little bit. So now is a good time, I think, to host Wycombe Wanderers in the next game. And hopefully put these 2 very poor defeats behind us. So the team news ahead of quite a big game now against Wycombe. I've just gone with my best 11. Don't want to fuss around with anything. I want to stick with the team that has provided us with great results for the majority of this season. And you know the team pretty much off by heart. There it is right in front of you. Not that we've got much to choose from in terms of the depth of the squad, but like I say, I'm going to show you guys who I'm scouting and who I'm looking at for January after this game. So yeah, without any further ado, it's big and it's vital that we bounce back with a win and hopefully a clean sheet as well. Let's get to the game at home to Wycombe. The big man, Akinfenwa, up front for Wycombe. It's a great story, to be fair, Wycombe, how they got promoted last season. Obviously, they technically finished 9th, which was nowhere near the playoffs, but because they'd played 1 game less than everyone else when the League One season was void, they had more points per game than anyone else in the playoffs, I think, or any of the teams between them in the playoffs. So they actually got in and then won the playoffs. So, yeah, they got promoted from 9th in League One, which is incredible.
2 wingers will provide the width, a very narrow 3 in midfield, a back 4, the 2 full-backs will be expected to support, but also defend and help out the centre-backs.
Akinfenwa, I think, is one of the strongest players on FIFA, so it's going to be tough to win any aerial duels with him or snug him off the ball. And even though in real life Wycombe have had a very disappointing start to the season, a pointless start so far, they've actually started respectably well in this career mode save, so we can't underestimate them, although Patrick Roberts is in early doors here. And their defence shrugs him off. Here's Spence with plenty of space in front of him. Roberts picks up the ball, and Fletcher, oh what a save! Fletcher should score. Johnson, oh, and Roberts is in the way. Fletcher has to score. He has to score there.
But the first save he makes, absolutely brilliant.
Either side of the keeper, and it's a goal.
It's a goal for Huddersfield Town.
Well,
8 minutes played, 1-1.
Regular updates from Alan McAnally.
Big chance early on for us. And this man Fletcher couldn't make it pay, although we might be in here again. We've got so many men in the box, and we can't pick out one of them.
This looks promising.
That's Marcy. He's tackled on the edge of the box, but we had a lot of options there. And we couldn't find any of them.
Good looking pass.
A long punt forward. And I think their winger's going to latch on the end of that.
Can he play it in?
He is. But Fry
He won the ball.
makes sure he doesn't get anywhere further. Fry with another big challenge.
But now they've given the ball away.
I was on the counter-attack, although the defender's done well to stand up Tav.
Fry.
Fry. Johnson's done well.
Full looking attack.
Has really caught the defender out. The cross is too far. Roberts keeps it in.
All the way, tipping it
And the keeper has to tip it over.
Disappointed about that end product, but he'd be happy they're creating a chance or two.
We certainly have been creative so far. We've been the better team, but we've got nothing to show for it as yet.
And firing it into the area.
Roberts with the corner.
Boro struggling to keep
Akinfenwa beats Coulson. He's not the quickest Akinfenwa, but you can see
Jason McCarthy.
Fry had no chance.
They've lost it.
But the ball is won well by Dale, who's, I think, won every single challenge this game, except the one against Akinfenwa. And here's Sam Morsey. It's opened up for him here. Oh, and Morsey's hit the bar. And that, I think, is handball on Johnson, who was in, but it opened up for Morsey, and he struck the bar.
This is the home of live football and more live action from the championship.
Look who we've got next up.
It's Middlesbrough taking on Watford.
We're away to the team at the top.
And that should be an absolute belter.
Makes this game even more must-win.
Morsey.
Here is Morsey again. It's been all us so far.
Forward with purpose.
Fletcher. Johnson. He has space for a shot now, but that's blocked as well.
Right, let's get Alan
and Wycombe now on the counter-attack.
On what's been happening at the Cardiff City Stadium. A goal, Alan.
That's a poor ball.
Brentford, 25 minutes played, 1-0.
Many thanks, Alan.
Spence, Roberts, and Jed Spence finds himself in an unusual position, and it's a great save. Spence finding himself forward, in on goal. Thought about squaring it, but I thought that'd be a very sweaty way to score. Wanted to see if we could get Spence a goal, but the keeper with a great save. Wycombe in and around the area, and there's that rock. Dale Fry again. He's not let anything past us so far. And Roberts finds Tavernier, who's in. He just needs to pick out a man in the box. Fletcher is there! And finally, finally we've carved our way through.
Fantastic technique.
Well, let's see the replay and look at the pace at which the counter-attack happens. And bang, he doesn't need a second invitation.
What a finish.
Full strike to finish.
That was an awkward height for Fletcher. I don't know how he's wrapped his foot around that. But it's our golden combination of Tav and Fletcher who finally put us in the lead. It's the least we've deserved. It's took us 32 minutes, but we finally lead Wycombe by 1-0.
1-0 then. Morsey.
Morsey breaking through the middle, as he has done all game so far.
Looking threatening.
Here is Fletcher. Across to Roberts. And it's 2.
Brilliant piece of finishing. Magnificent goal.
I think it's Roberts' first goal for quite a while. It's good to see him on the score sheet. And that's our lead doubled before half-time. And it all come from Morsey stepping into the final third. And it's as simple as one ball across. Roberts was there, and it was a tap-in for him. No matter what sort of form you're on, you can't miss them.
Well, there's nothing better for a manager when a plan comes together. Total satisfaction.
It's been a good half. More like it from us. We've been on top of Wycombe as we'd probably expect to be.
It's going their way. 2-0.
And luckily, the chances have finally started to be converted. And that's our lead doubled as we come to the end of the half. Having been very solid at the back. Yes, I know we're playing, no disrespect, a team who aren't as good as the likes of Derby and Cardiff.
Good-looking pass.
But still, you've got to keep them out, although Wycombe might have one chance to finish the half. And it's Akinfenwa who scores, but he's offside. He's off celebrating in front of the away supporters. Is the beast.
Just straight offside.
As that was a bit of a panicky moment for us at the back. But yeah, they had 2 players offside there. And I think that'll be the final bit of action of the half.
Roberts.
Wycombe just reminding us that we're still in a game, but we do go in to the half-time break 2-0
up. The goal-scoring machine continues to impress yet again. It's the sheer amount of chances they create for their flair players that makes them the top goal-getters. Terrific stuff.
Keeping us right up to date. Definitely look as though they want to make
Saville.
the move count.
Roberts through the gap. Good ball! And a good goal.
And there it is! 3 goals in front now.
And that is our way through this Wycombe team. Fletcher there again. And Roberts was providing back to his best. Picked the ball up.
Well, here's the
Slipped
replay.
between
Always
two
tell young
defenders.
defenders to stop the cross, and this is
And,
why. When the ball
yeah,
comes
Fletcher
in,
on the
it's
shoulder of the
perfect.
defender
And the ball ends
in
up the back of
space.
the net. Great header.
A chance to
Easy
revisit
goal
the
for us. And with the Watford game coming up against the best team in the division by far at the minute,
Well, his players have followed his every command and some.
this is a big game.
Delighted.
There's every chance we might get something against Watford, of course, but with the results we've had in the slump we're trying to avoid slipping into,
Boro beginning to run away with
the
this.
result today is massive, and we've done the job so far. It's 3-0. So the beast is off. Whatever game plan Wycombe were hoping to adopt with him up front is not worked. That'll ease our defenders' minds a little bit, I think, with Akinfenwa going off. Hall wins an aerial duel he might not have if the beast was on the pitch.
Boro move it forward.
But here we go then. We're forward again. Roberts
Really good challenge.
almost unleashes a shot.
And news of a goal in the Preston
It's
North End
intercepted.
game. Alan McAnally.
It's a second goal for Norwich City.
First time Fry's been beaten this afternoon.
Thanks as ever for the
Good
update.
ball as well. Oh, a very awkward ball. And Hall just deals with it.
And they'll get ready for the throw-in.
I thought it would just come across to him automatically, but at the end there I thought the striker might just get a toe on it.
And players waiting in the centre.
And
Defender got the
the
last
winger
touch.
was
That'll be a
onside,
corner.
and that is a corner.
Well, we're
to Wycombe.
focusing on him for a reason. He's asking plenty of questions of the defenders, Lee.
Yeah, I bet the keeper is sick of the sight of him. He's been peppering that goal from all sorts of angles, as you can see. Good goals to boot as well.
Good to see Fletcher back on the score sheet today.
So the corner played into the box.
Corner's a good one, but
Absolutely nothing.
Saville's equal to it. Plenty of men in and around the area though here for Wycombe. Jacobson.
Well, can they open up the defence?
Good one-touch football on the edge of the area.
I don't think in
And
grand
the
scheme
header
of
was
things he's going to be
actually
terribly
quite a
proud
weak
of
one in
that
the
second
end.
attempt.
Well, heading practice in training next week, that was pretty average, to be fair.
Yeah, not a good header.
Oh, nice ball.
Good ball over the top. And the winger's going to keep it in. Spence sticking with him, although they play it inside to Thompson. He's beaten Saville. This is a good position. Back post, it's back across goal. What a save from Bettinelli. And Coulson heads it away. That was a
Well,
big
he gets
opportunity.
thumped
The
round.
ball could have dropped
Good
anywhere.
performance, but especially for that save.
But Roberts comes away with the ball and does extremely well. And now here's Tavernier. Oh, and it's a dreadful cross.
Place, but no one able to finish it off.
That would have been an incredible counter-attacking
Across
goal.
the touchline, so a throw in here.
But Tavernier's ball was a pretty dreadful one, but that was a big chance for Wycombe. Bettinelli with a great save right in front of him.
Oh, he's
And
given the
luckily,
ball away.
Coulson was there to win the header because that could have went anywhere. Well, Fry stepping out and trying to find a pass, and it was intercepted by Gape.
Applying vigorous pressure.
But then there's, well, I say Marcy on the cover, but he's been shrugged off that a little bit easy.
Caught by the keeper.
And the shot was in there, but again, Wycombe have had themselves in good positions, but they've not done enough to really threaten Bettinelli, apart from one or two occasions where he has been equal to it.
Now Saville.
Saville, though, combining well
Sam
with
Morsey here.
Morsey, who has just been absolutely amazing
A dangerous
in the middle.
chance.
Tavernier crosses in, and Roberts! Oh, he should score.
Yeah, it was a quality cross, and he gets up well.
Even though he's not the tallest, he was there. Oh, and I'll tell you what, that's a horrific miss. That's worse than it looked first time round from Roberts there. Should have been 4. And on that note, we will take him and a couple of others off. Now the game is pretty much safe and sound. Sombolonga comes on for Fletcher. And will also, as well as Wing coming on for Roberts. bring on Paddy McNair for Dale Fry.
Marvin Johnson.
Saville to Johnson.
What can they do from here? Oh, good.
Wing with the finesse. Oh, and that might have been bending into the corner.
And he did.
As the keeper tips it wide, we might get a better idea. Oh, and I tell you what, that looked like a peach from Wing. But their keeper as well, to be fair, has made some pretty big saves in this game. And has kept the score down. Can we get that fourth? Lewis Wing will take this corner.
Over it comes.
It's low.
Foiling them
Britt doesn't even jump for it.
Well, possibilities inside the box. Wing.
Wing. Good ball. Back post is Johnson, and what a save again.
Well stopped. Well, the positioning is everything for a...
Their goalkeeper has been absolutely amazing. That ball from Wing is unbelievable. And Johnson in the far post. Yes, his header was straight at the keeper, but it had to be a very good reaction save. And again, he keeps the score down with a fantastic stop.
And now the delivery.
Corner comes in.
Keeper's ball every day of the week.
I think it might have been Hall who got on the end of that. Britt could have maybe got another touch. Keeper was equal to it again, although his distribution wasn't
And scope for them
that
to
good
produce
there.
something exciting.
Wing looks to bend another. It's only as far as Britt. Wing!
Really good reflexes
The
and
save.
danger averted.
Their goalkeeper. Fantastic stuff. A first time shot from Wing. Another fantastic save. Another ball in.
And firing it into
Wing.
the area.
Saville's header.
Well, sadly from his
And,
point of view, wayward, to say the least.
Despite scoring a good header today, actually, against Cardiff. That one wasn't too close. High and wide by Saville. So what can they do from this corner in the 93rd minute? Near
It
post.
has come to nothing.
And I think it was headed away by Paddy McNair with a very,
Fred Onyedinma.
very nice looking diving header
Comes to nothing in the end.
to get rid of that.
Made more of that.
And I think that was another half chance that was headed wide. And we are in the final minute of the 6th additional. You can say what you want about our opponent and that maybe it's a game we should win regardless of our form, but you can only beat what's in front of you. And given the 2 defeats we've had recently and the fact that we went from 3 clean sheets in a row to conceding 6 goals in 2 games, a solid win and a clean sheet today is exactly what we needed. Job done.
Well, being potent up front gives you a great chance in...
So that win doesn't do too much in terms of our league position, but I think what it has done is it dragged us back within touching distance of the playoff places. 33 points we're on now, and that magical 6th place actually is 5 points away from us. So if anything less than a win might have been catastrophic. So we've just sort of kept within touching distance of the teams above us, as it is just, well, it's so tough and so competitive and relentless, this league. And next up, we're going to Watford, and they are on fire. They've lost only once all season. They're 8 points clear at the top. It's going to be a very, very tough game. So we've got them midweek, and that will be, of course, in the next episode before we have QPR away as well. So 2 tough trips, very tough trips, in fact, in the league as we are starting to enter a very busy period, which, of course, is the end of the year leading into January, and that leads me on to who we've got our eye on in the scouting and who we're maybe looking to approach in the transfer market. A couple of players in here that don't actually need to be in here that I didn't have before, so I'll just clear this out and I'll show you the players that we are targeting. So in terms of who we're going to look at in the transfer window, I'm going to run you through the players who we've got at this moment in time. So starting off with our first scout, who mostly was based in England. Of course, we are looking at mostly centre-backs and any sort of wingers that could maybe add to the squad, as we've got enough up front, and I think we've got enough in central midfield as well. So whether it's a Premier League loan or a full-on signing, of course, we do have goals from the board to, I think, sell 2 players and then buy 3 important players. So if we want to do that, we're going to have to see who we can get rid of and who can replace them. So we've got plenty of options here. So as centre-back, we've got Charlie Good from Brentford. Reason he's in there is because we were linked with him in the summer. He went to Brentford for whatever reason, but he's in there. If as a potential player we can approach as centre-back. Japhet Tanganga from Tottenham, he will be a loan if we go for him. He can play anywhere across the back 4. He's young, he's strong, he's quick. He would just be very versatile and be perfect for us. I've got Tamori in there. Bit, ambitious, but there he is. Joe Worrell from Forest. Joe Rodon, who of course has gone to Tottenham in real life, but is in at Swansea in this game. Carter Vickers from Tottenham, another centre-back who has great potential and could be a great loan. Taylor Moore. We've got Callum Chambers, another centre-back who was at loan at Boro when we were in the Premier League. He is at Arsenal, not playing. Would be quite a coup, I think, if we could get him on loan. And former Boro man as well, Thomas Callas, I thought I'd chuck in there as a centre-back who we could maybe buy from Bristol City. Midfielders from the Championship, there's Ken Sema from Watford, Isaiah Brown, the unbelievable playmaker from Brentford, who I think if we could maybe convert him to a cam and he could maybe be in competition with Robertson Wing. Matthias Jensen, he is going to be, I think, one of the hottest prospects in the Championship in the next season or two, so if we can get him in, that would be big for us. And John Terrell from Birmingham, another one. Up front, I've got Surike Dembele from Peterborough. He's a very quick and upcoming talent who I think would be easy to bring in and someone who wouldn't kick up a fuss for not being in the team straight away. I think he would work as a perfect backup for Robert Wing, and even one of the strikers, he just seems like a perfect backup for if we get injuries. Great potential, has a release clause that we could easily trigger as well, so he's definitely an option. Adam Armstrong from Blackburn, he's an option, just because every time we come up against him, he's an absolute nightmare. And of course, I had to chuck in the man who we can just never sign in real life. We missed out on him again on deadline day, Yannick Bolasie. Because why not? If we can't sign him in real life, we can at least try and do it on FIFA. Elsewhere, Patrick Osborne has got Craig Bryson. Don't know where he's got him from. We'll get rid of that. Charlie Harvey. Don't know where he's got them 2 players for. We'll get rid of them as well. We need to recall them too because they're just... I don't even know what they're doing at the minute. And then Rob Cowie. He's got 2 players who I've deliberately searched for because one of them is the best free agent on the game and has signed for Eibar. That is Juaino Mestres. From what I can see, from what I've researched online on the FIFA stats website, he's 82 rated and he was a free agent. He's gone to Eibar. He could be a great signing if none of the centre-backs in British football come through. And then Braden Manu. You might not have heard of Braden Manu, but I signed him on FIFA 19 in my Lincoln City career mode, and I had him from League 2 all the way to the Premier League. I think his potential is massive. He grew well into the 80s. He's quick, he's powerful, he's got everything. He's a nightmare and was the best player that I played with on FIFA 19. So he's got a good release clause as well. So he's probably someone I'm going to go for just through nostalgia from past FIFAs that I've played. I mean, look at his stats. Braden Manu. I have a feeling I'm going to go for this guy. He's just incredible. So that's who we've got so far. If you guys have got any other suggestions of players that we've come up against in this very career mode that have looked good, or anybody else that in the game who is a realistic signing for Boro, maybe a Championship, one of the best players in the Championship who can come in, or a Premier League loan, that would be fantastic, and we can get them listed now, because of course scouting them and getting all the information you need is imperative before you go in for them, so you know exactly what they're on, what the status is, their contract, their morale, their current feeling. And now we're in December, we want to get everything prepared for January so we can get as many players in as soon as we can. So if you've got any suggestions, please chuck them my way. And also, because it's one of the board's expectations, they want us to get rid of 2 players as well. So it might depend on who we bring in. It might just depend on players that we're not actually using. But there's also 2 players in the squad we've got to get rid of, so we're going to have to look at that as well. There's also a objective to bring a veteran in. Don't see the point in that, but there might be a veteran centre-back that can help us for 6 months just to get that objective completed. But yeah, that is it, guys, for today's episode. So in terms of the on-the-pitch stuff, mixed, but we've got a win on the board now, and we've got some very tough games coming up. And in terms of off-the-pitch, we've got some players in mind, but if you've got any as well, please let me know, and we will get them scouted ahead of the January window, which will be coming up very, very soon. But until next time, guys, thank you, as always, for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Up the Boro!